the same job, the 799 of them will not get it. Right?
Yes.
So we want to make sure we're producing kids and firing kids up and getting kids energetic and enthused about professions that will actually exist, that professions that will be available to them, something that's within our community that will. We don't want to prepare our kids for professions that aren't here locally and exist for our kids, right? We want to produce a generation of kids who we're confident that we've also prepared them for jobs that don't yet exist. Does that make sense? So we're trying to prepare jobs for a world that we can't conceive of what it will look like, even for our sixth graders. They're 2 years away from choosing a high school. Our sixth graders are 2 years away from choosing a high school that will have a pathway focus. So they're 2 years away from having to make a life decision. And in some cases, yeah, we know what jobs will exist, but in some cases we don't. So by focusing on those 21st century skills, giving them these soft skills, we know that we've prepared them for a world that we don't know yet exists, because communication will not go away. Collaboration will not go away. Having to think critically and creatively will not go away. But 3D printing might, We know that at Being Long, we say a 3D printer doesn't make a kid any more an engineer than an inkjet printer makes a kid an author. Right? So just because we own one,
Right.
doesn't mean that, or we have a school full of engineers. The 3D printer is the proof that learning occurred or not. And whether it's a successful print or a failed print, we know learning occurred because something came out of that machine. I don't want you to get too hung up on the equipment. You don't need equipment. I showed you that with a few cents of spaghetti and string. Don't get hung up on it. Don't wait till you have this stuff to get going. Don't wait till you have a community partner to get going. Success breeds success. The better we get, the better we get. The better we get, the more community members support us, the more people want to help. For every one person that hears about our programs, two people worth of support. It's really interesting how it works out that way. You had a question?
Yeah, I just had a quick question. So as far as your high schools are concerned, do you find that there's an influx of students that choose a specific career path and that school gets a little bit more overloaded than others?
Not yet, but they're worried about that. So the goal is by 2017, 2018, students will be selecting high schools based on their talents, interests, and passions. Right now, it's still boundary-based. If kids wanted to move out of the neighborhood to go somewhere, they could. We're pretty customer-friendly when it comes to that. What our high schools love us, because this is what they've been afraid of for like 4 years. Well, you're going to get kids who say, oh yeah, I want to go into the construction and design pathway, and they get there and they go, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. So they go, oh my God, thank you so much. We've been stressed out about, I wish more elementary schools were doing what you're doing. Because we're stressed out that kids are going to move schools to come do something they think is cool, only to realize that they don't like it. Because they haven't had any experiences in those areas before. They think they know what building and construction and design is. Then they realize how much math is involved. Well, shoot, I'm not good at math. I thought I was going to be nailing nails in a wall,
That was my other question, is what happens when the kid chooses that career path and they decide this isn't for me? Can they switch schools or what do they do?
I think we're still working that out as a district. I think we're still trying to figure out that. Each high school right now has at least one pathway that they're offering. The idea is for them to have like 4 or 5. So even if you are not in the right pathway, there might still be other options at that same school you could go to. Every single one of our high schools has a medical or health careers pathway, because we know that that's where the demand will be. Like Dr. Marsden was saying yesterday, agriculture and this spider goat, right? Crazy stuff. At Indian Springs, check this out. So they're and we're actually probably further along than they are in this area. They have this pathway of machining and manufacturing, this pathway of health careers, where imagine 11th graders finishing out their 11th grade year to converge in the 12th grade year for prosthetic limbs. So you got the engineer students and the health career students now paired up, working side by side to create prosthetics.
Forget that, a prosthetic heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Growing blood vessels. It's like, wow.
I want to just review that list real quick, make sure we covered most of